Okay, so now we're going to jump in and do the same thing with fabric. I grabbed an old t-shirt and to make it nice and simple, so I cut the top part off of it so that I'm left with a basic rectangle. And so it's a tube right now because it's a t-shirt. So I'm going to go ahead and cut down this one side to open it up. And then we're going to make our strips with fabric. Okay. So I have my big rectangle with my fabric. So just like we did with our paper, we're going to go ahead and fold that in half so that I have my edges up against each other. And then I'm going to take the bottom half that's still connected and go ahead and bring that up to the top. But remembering we're leaving some space at the top. Okay. Again, if you want to measure, you can measure. If you are like me and don't really want to measure that, like the exact width is not a big deal, then you're ready to dive in. So we are going to start our cutting, and we're cutting our strips, but stopping before we get to the very edge. So this is the same thing that you did with the paper. You're just now diving in and actually doing it on fabric. Okay. So bottom all the way to the top edge. This is definitely fun for you to do yourself. This can be a great project to do with students as well, because you're just recycling material, so you're spending money on your warp, but then you're not spending money on the weft, so that can be a great option if everybody kind of brings in t-shirts or sheets. You want to ask them to wash them first, but it can be a good community project. Almost there. Now, just like we did with our paper, I find it easier if I kind of flip it around, and we're going to pick up the top layer and go ahead and on the top layer cut that first one, and then we're going to skip two, cut the next one, skip two, cut the next one, skip two, cut, skip two, cut, skip two, cut, skip two, and cut. And then I have two at the end, so I'm done with that. So now we're going to go ahead and go onto our bottom layer, and we're starting that one off by skipping two and then cutting right away, skipping two and then cutting, skipping two, cutting, skipping two and cutting, skipping two, cut, skipping two and cutting, skipping two and cutting, and then stretching out and hopefully finding out that you have one nice long strip. So then I like to take it and actually just go ahead and roll it up in a ball, which I do by just going ahead and folding this in half. And then I start by wrapping around the center and then folding these kind of two flapper guys out. And then just continuing to rotate it. You may have a cone winder that you can do this on. You might have your own actual ball winder, but if you don't, this is a perfectly fine way to do it. And then you are ready to start weaving.